Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Let Them Cook, a superhero podcast. I am your co-host, Zach Walker, and
I'm James. Sorry, a lot just happened. I'm James Merchant.
What do you
What's
mean?
up?
You good?
Oh, I'm good. Are you good?
I'm good.
All right, cool. Welcome back to Let Them Cook. Let Them Cook! And
Whoa, what are you screaming for, man?
I don't
Just
know,
give it
just-
some time, before we,
my friend just gave me some good energy, so I just wanted to, share.
Yeah? Some good energy?
Yeah.
Yeah? You say that we're on Let Them Cook! Sorry.
I don't know. That was just a bit too loud, but I will say that name sounds fire because you really cooked.
Yeah! Because we cooking! You know who else is cooking? Marvel at SDCC! Sorry, I'm sorry. Oh my
All right,
God.
we're done. It's just for
are
giggles.
your eardrums okay?
Yeah,
I'm
we
sorry out
apologize.
there
We
to
was
the
just
two
being
of you watching right now. I'm sorry, we're talking over each other. I'm sorry. My energy's out today. Also,
Yes.
we never introduced the guy who's engineering our show and putting up all the pictures and being all nice and making the show all come true.
Yeah, he actually looks like you.
He does look like me.
He does
Like
look like
me if I was like a little bit older, like maybe 1 or 2 years older.
Yeah, and slightly more attractive.
That's like more attractive. Guys, this is. Would you like to introduce yourself?
No.
All right, we have Tony Walker here, and he says to get out of here. So anyway, okay.
All right, well, let's get back on task because we have a lot,
Yeah.
a lot to talk about.
we do got a lot to talk about. So we had a super off from last time that you left us off.
X23.
on, right?
All right, so now moving on.
That's it. Wow, we're not even gonna. Okay.
Yeah, X23.
I guess we just want to get through it. I agree though. X23, not Donna Troy.
Yeah, you stand on that? Right. All right, I respect that.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
So, Zach, if I have to ask you, what would you rate Deadpool and Wolverine?
So James, if I had to answer your question, all right, I'm sorry. So, all right, when we were coming out of the movie theater, you told me to give you a rating,
Right.
and I said a 5 out of 10.
Right.
I have since changed that rating,
Okay.
and now I say 6 out of 10.
Oh, okay. Well, cool.
Hey,
what
man,
what bumped? Well, what tell it? Let's tell the audience what bumped it up, and then why was it bumped down originally?
I felt 5 was a bit too harsh. That almost sounds like the movie sucking.
Yeah, that's when I was like,
I
shocked.
want them like to me. It's like if I usually like to. I don't like to rate it out of 10. I like to say it's either bad, good, or great.
Right.
And I just felt that this movie. Sorry, I forgot to put on my sunglasses today. I felt that this movie was good, not bad, but not great, just good. So, I felt 6 is in the good territory. I felt 7 makes it sound like it's in the great territory. So I'm gonna say it's a 6.
Okay.
It's a 6 for me.
Well,
I'm a 6.
I said the Deadpool and Wolverine movie was an 8, me personally. But I have my personal reasons on why. Are we doing spoilers? Because I really don't care if people haven't seen it.
Yeah, we're spoiling this.
Yeah.
We're spoiling this.
Hello? Anyone who knows me knows since I said in the podcast, my number one top Marvel girl is Elektra. And seeing the original Elektra geeks me. I mean, I knew she was going to be in it. But like I wanted to wait. But seeing her and seeing Blade and then seeing Channing Tatum as Gambit, which we kind of finally, because I know he wanted that, so I knew Ryan Reynolds went to him and was like, "Yo, you want to play it? Like we know you wanted to play it," and like they found the reasons to play it. So I thought that was super, super, super dope. And then my baby, my love, my sister, that's my girl, X23. Even though you feel differently about X23 scenes, but still, my girl X23 was there. I feel like she carried what she needed to carry. I love her for that. X23, I love you. I love the shit out of X23.
I'm just happy that she was there, And no matter how I feel the scenes, I'm just glad that she was there at the end of the day. Yeah, I'm happy that they brought those characters in. I like that we got those cameos.
Yeah.
Elektra, Gambit, freaking Blade.
Yeah, that was dope.
only one Blade.
That's my guy. Just pay your taxes, but that's my guy.
I like finally seeing Deadpool and Wolverine team up. I like seeing
that was cool.
I like seeing Wolverine finally in the yellow suit, even if it doesn't necessarily make sense.
I
But
still
whatever.
hate that ugly suit. But I get why it's nostalgic, so I'm okay with it.
I like the fact that Laura is the one motivating Logan.
Yeah,
at the end
me
of the
too.
film. That's what I like about it.
Okay, word.
Here's
Here's a list of what I don't like.
yeah. Okay, I guess I'll start out.
Oh, you got bullet points.
Yeah, I got my bullet
You
points
got
here.
bullet
There's a
points.
lot that we had to say here, so I'm just not holding back. I had to just get it all out. Laura's fight scenes. All right, I don't know if you noticed when we were watching this movie, but whenever it was Elektra or Blade fighting, you know, you saw them with the freaking knives, and then they would stab someone right in the chest, and then you saw them go like, and you saw like their blood all just coming out, right? Whenever it was X-23, right, she would jump up with their freaking claws, and she'd be like, ah! And then they cut away.
Bro, but they literally, when she cut the Juggernaut ankles, you saw blood. The only thing is you didn't
see her stab him. You didn't see her.
But you already
they filmed it
know,
in a
like
PG-13 way.
I
for
don't
some
know.
reason.
I just feel like that's so nitpicky because she literally just like
It's nitpicky,
cut.
but come on. Like I wanted to see Logan Laura. In Logan, you know, she's stabbing them into
But
the
you
neck.
have to also
You see them
understand
decapitating
X23,
them, and
X20.
she takes their head.
But
and she
I
throws
like
at
it though,
them.
right? Because as an X23 fan who played all her video games and who love her comics, she's fast. So I felt like how they did it. I know what you're saying. Like we didn't see it, like how, but how they styled it. I felt like they executed it pretty well because she's pretty quick with her
It
claws.
was perfect in Logan.
No, she was pretty quick with her
You
claws.
can still
with
show
it.
her being quick, but still being violent.
I guess
They're just showing her not being violent.
I think she did. I think that she did great.
It wasn't even just the fight scenes. I felt like there should have been a bit more scenes of what do you call it? Just between her and Logan, you know?
But I feel like we all know the franchise is Deadpool, and I feel like she already did it. She already did what she needed to talk to
The
Logan.
movie is
To
titled Deadpool and Wolverine.
okay, but
friend.
who bought in Wolverine? Deadpool. This is his franchise, so we're taking away from Deadpool and making it all about Wolverine, and on top of that, that's not even the best one. That was the worst one. So do we really need more scenes with the worst Wolverine? No, not really.
Which one's the worst Wolverine?
The one that was in the movie. How he went back to find all the other ones. And he was like apparently the worst one.
No, he deemed himself the worst one. Because you know what Laura said to him in the movie? All the Wolverines considered themselves the wrong guy until they were the right guy.
Did
So
Henry
technically, he was the perfect
Cavill say that? Did Henry say that? No.
What
Because
did
he's
Henry-
the best one.
They're all the best one.
No, Henry's the best one.
They're literally, I mean, Henry might be the best one.
Henry is the best one.
But they're literally like all the Wolverines hate themselves and think they're not the right guy until they are the right guy. So
Fair, I guess. But regardless, I just think this scene made sense with X-23 having that small scene with him, and then boom. It made a huge impact. He joined the team.
sure, yeah, and I did like that, but I still felt that like she knew him, but he doesn't know her, you know? So I
Right.
still felt there should have been a little bit more to build up with their characters.
I mean,
But-
personally, like you said earlier, Cassandra, her story just was like whatever.
Okay, yeah, I would love to talk about Cassandra. Yeah, so when we were watching this movie, you know, I felt like, let me say this. I felt like that there was not really much purpose to Cassandra and not much purpose to the TVA and Void plot.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Because, yeah, you could say that's what allowed us to get our freaking cameos, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I mean, they were all kind of just part of that same universe anyway. So they could have just said, like, they're just already in Deadpool's world and he just has to go find them, you know?
Mm.
They could have just left out the TVA. And, I don't know, like,
The TVA was kind of the glue, like for like the beginning reasoning, you know.
I didn't feel like it needed to be because
But we still wouldn't figure out a way how Deadpool would time travel back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
he was time traveling in the beginning because of the ending of Deadpool 2.
Right. With
He took Cable's watch.
Right.
And then he was at the MCU before the TVA even showed up.
Right.
And then after the TVA shows up, he never goes back to the MCU.
Right. But at least now, what I'm trying to say with the TVA is he had a reason to do all of that. He wouldn't have to have a reason to do all of that if they didn't show him. If they didn't show up to tell him. So I think it was just
What
like
do you mean? I'm not.
What I'm trying to say is there was a reason why the TVA was showed up. This is why I'm saying they're the glue, because without them we wouldn't have a reason for Deadpool to go back in time to find Logan. Is what I'm saying.
But I'm saying he wouldn't need to.
Why not?
So the X-Men timeline is all over the place.
Right.
Logan takes place in 2029. That's the year. They established that in the Logan movie.
Mm-hmm.
Deadpool has always taken place roughly around the time that it comes out. They never really said here that this is taking place before, or they never said this is taking place after that Logan, and it doesn't really look like there's been much of a time gap between this and Deadpool 2 because Teenage Warhead is still a teenager. And normally I would just say, because in Deadpool 2 they did acknowledge him dying, but I would just say that's because he's just a fourth wall breaking character. But here they're saying that the whole world is crumbling apart,
right?
So it's more than Deadpool, and that's because Logan is dead.
But who is saying the world is crumbling?
The TVA.
That's why they're important.
My problem with this is that Logan doesn't die until many years after this. So why is the world already crumbling before he dies if he dies in the future? This movie does not take place after that.
Didn't they explain why though?
Did it?
Yeah.
What did they say?
Something about a dying variant or something like that, which can rapture it or something like that. It was something about it affected.
Each universe has an anchor being.
Yeah.
But still, he dies in the future. Now, I would think I was thinking at first maybe time moves in all directions. So once the character dies, it can start to crumble in the past. Mm-hmm. But I don't see how that problem is solved by bringing a Wolverine from another timeline into that past. Because now you just have two Wolverines walking around.
Well, either way, that other Wolverine died. Remember, because when Deadpool digged him up, he was like, yeah, you are dead. Okay.
But again, that's what I'm saying. That's in the future.
But
so I don't... But I'm saying without the TVA, he could have just went to go find that current Wolverine.
I think the only flaw that I have with that is if that's your flaw, then fine. But my flaw with that is if that was all the case, why didn't Deadpool just go and save Logan before Logan died?
That's what I'm saying. Bro.
Yeah,
I'm saying that should have been the plot of this movie.
Then yeah.
Because the only reason.
But also Logan was so old. I'm kind of glad we got a younger version.
That's what This movie takes place before Logan, so he doesn't have to be as old as he was in Logan. And he could have just went to go find this current Logan, and all the other characters that we got.
What do you guys? I want to know what you guys have to say. I want to know what you guys think when it comes to Logan and in the timeline. If you have seen Deadpool already, and if you feel like the timeline is flawed, I want to know your opinions on in the comments, because this one I really need to know everyone else's opinion about the timeline and the flaw and Logan dying and Deadpool going back. I need to hear people's opinions about that.
The whole X-Men timeline has always been flawed.
Well, no, hold on. As an X-Men fan, the whole movie franchise has been trashed because people don't know and don't study the real X-Men. So, to be fair, I just feel like we always get crappy X-Men's.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about the X-Men movie timeline.
Yeah, well, I was just saying in general with live action X-Men, they always screw up.
Oh yeah, they never get them completely comic accurate.
I don't know why. It's not that hard, but yeah,
it's actually not that.
It's
hard.
Really not that.
It's because they're not fans of it. They weren't fans making them back then.
Yeah. Although I did find out the Russo brothers are both doing the Avengers movie. Both of them are working together.
Yeah. Okay.
That's cool.
Is this our transition?
Yeah.
All right. SDCC. Yes. Dad, can I ask you to throw on some pictures?
DC?
No. Either one of the Avengers pictures. You could cycle around them, or the Russo brothers. So yeah, you can just cycle through them. So yeah, the Russo brothers, who directed Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Captain America: Civil War, Avengers: Infinity War, and Avengers: Endgame, are now back to direct Avengers: Doomsday.
Yep.
And Avengers: Secret Wars.
And we get both brothers, so I'm excited to see both of them working together.
Yep.
That's like you and I working on Instant Start.
Instant Start.
Nah, and they don't need to know yet.
That'll be in the future.
That'll be in the future.
Yeah, I mean, it's I would say the Avengers movies are in safe hands.
Yeah.
Although
I don't know how I feel about I don't know. I'm just with these Avengers. I'm like, who's gonna be in the Avengers? We was kind of doing a list yesterday about who we think is gonna be in this new Avengers. So but I still don't care. Like, if that makes sense, it's like the new Avengers type of a deal. But
that is a problem. I'll come back to that in a second. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's something that's been part of my concern, considering another news that they dropped,
what?
which I think is the big thing everyone wants. The big thing on everyone's mind. Which, Dad, if you want to throw it, yeah, you know the photo, you know the one. RDJ, Robert Downey Jr. himself, is back as Doctor Doom.
Woo! Pull over that. Pull over that. Pull over. Anyway, I'm
Another
super,
put your hands up
I'm
moment.
super excited.
Put your hands
I'm
up.
super geeked. I'm super juiced up right now. RDJ being Doctor Doom. That is genius. Anyway,
Would you say that Marvel is cooking?
I will say Marvel is indeed cooking. So yeah.
He said Marvel is indeed cooking.
And that's rare for y'all. So
These days it is rare.
yeah.
So you like the idea.
I love the idea. I love the idea.
You love the idea.
I feel like you feel differently.
I do feel differently. It is funny how we're disagreeing on a lot of topics today. So I am going to bring this back to what you were just saying about how we're not really looking forward to the Avengers lineup. You know, when it was Avengers Infinity War and Endgame coming out, right? I don't know if you felt this way, but most fans had enjoyed that 10 years of buildup, had enjoyed all like the solo movies and the previous Avengers movies, that we were excited to see all the loose ends come together in the last two Avengers movies, right? Now, here's the timeline that it played out here. You know, Endgame wrapped up. We wrapped up the Infinity Saga. We started the Multiverse Saga. Everyone was ready to move on. Everyone was ready to let go of the characters of the Infinity Saga. We were ready for new characters. Marvel didn't deliver on quality standards. We ended up not caring.
Right.
They slipped, and now they kind of shifted focus a bit. Now here we are coming up on the end. You know, like in 2 years from now, it's the last two Avengers movies again. And Nolan was excited. So just from what it looks like to me, I'm not saying it's going to be bad. It could end up being really well done. It might, but it just looks like a safe and desperate move on Marvel's part.
I don't
Because it just,
see it as that.
but it's a guarantee, like, the fans will love this.
But
you
I
know?
love it because, like I said before, it's hero turned villain. When you meet your heroes
But
and they
is
turn
it
out
though?
to be your villains, yeah, that's
So then,
sick.
are you telling me that he's going to be an Iron Man variant?
No, and I wish
So
you
then-
stop saying that.
So if it's a hero turned villain, but he's not an Iron Man variant, then how does that make sense?
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I thought you were just comparing Iron Man to Doctor Doom. So I
No,
was like,
but
no.
that's how because I was going.
You're
through
you're
that
talking
in
about
my
Tony
head.
Stark.
I'm like, if it's supposed to be a symbolism thing where he's like, you know, the face of the hero is now the villain,
Right.
then it's kind of
Well,
weird that he's
you-
not even the same
well, you
character.
said it earlier
so
about-
the story shouldn't even.
Well, you said it earlier
Be
about
symbolic.
King, kind of a deal, like King.
King the Conqueror.
Yeah, about how
Okay.
like how King is like how, I think you said something yesterday about King, about how like King like how he always come back, but like in like in a different multiverse or a different universe, how he always come back as a different person, and this is like a King kind of a moment for Tony Stark, like how this Tony Stark became Doctor Doom kind of a deal.
So he is a variant of
I'm
Tony
going
Stark.
off of what you're saying, but yeah. I mean, if that's how they're gonna do it, then I'm sure of it. But I just like the idea of RDJ being a villain. I think that's so cool because you all see him and all know him as this lovable hero. Which, by the way, I never cared for RDJ as Iron Man.
But I just feel like, what's the purpose of it when he was already the face? Like, it gives, to me, it's Marvel giving an excuse for him to be the face of the Avengers movies again, the face of Marvel again, just so that way they can get asses in the seats.
But
You know, 'cause
I don't see anything wrong with that because
But
if we
if
love
they-
him, if it's not broke, don't fix it. What's the problem? If you
Because
when you
they-
got when y'all had got somebody new, you guys wouldn't have watched it anyway. So now that you've seen RDJ, okay, now you got us.
But here's what makes this different from when RDJ first came on. He
Mm-hmm.
wasn't a guarantee at first. He was a risk. You
Yeah.
know, people didn't believe that he would be able to carry Iron Man. People didn't believe that he would be able to play Iron Man. People didn't believe that the movie itself would be good. They ended up breaking expectations.
Right.
Now, this is not that same thing. This is not a risk. This
How?
is a safe.
It's
This
not
is a
safe.
guarantee.
We don't
because
first
they
of all,
already
if
know
fans
that
is-
he's the star.
If fans is already
They
like
already know
if
people want to
fans
see
are
him.
already like you, are not feeling the fact that RDJ is playing Doctor Doom,
And most fans are.
Most
Most
fans
fans
are,
like it.
Some fans like it and some fans don't. But this is just the risk factor again, like with Iron Man. So you are playing a risky factor of like, my hero is now a villain. You are playing that risk factor again. It's no difference. I don't see it any differently.
To me, that's not the same risk as when he's first playing Iron
Right,
Man.
because we already know he delivers. But dang, we got to give him a chance to see if he delivers with Doctor Doom and see if we enjoy it first before we just say, no, this feels safe.
But there's like you already know that he most likely will deliver.
What? So I don't see the issue here. Because I feel like if you would have had
it's not like before where it's like you don't know. Like
But-
before, it's like you really thought he wasn't going to.
One, we know
This is
he's
completely
he's
different.
going to deliver. He's going to deliver. But two,
It's
if
a
you
guaranteed
would have
good
got a
movie.
different actor for this, you would have still be playing a risk factor. But I think
a bigger risk factor.
a bigger and
And I
then
would have had more respect.
but with the downfall happening, would you would have respected of like, oh no, it wasn't good.
Here's what I wanted after Endgame ended. I wanted there to be new faces of the MCU, a new story, and I wanted us to move past the old.
Bro, but they tried
wanted-
that.
But that's what I'm saying. The reason they failed on that wasn't because of the characters they chose. It was because they couldn't write those characters. So nothing about this news makes me feel like that their writing's going to get any better. This is just them saying like, all right, now we can have the same face as the old ones because that'll get their asses in the theater.
But I would love that because I think we talked about it yesterday about like, okay, now what if we get Chris Evans to play a major villain that we haven't seen on here? So now we're literally getting the new Avengers
look,
fighting
I would-
the old Avengers, kind of a deal.
I would like that too, but it's still showing me that once they got rid of their OG characters, they couldn't figure out how to write new ones. So
I mean, fair, but I don't think the actors play a part of just because the OGs are great that the new. I think it's also the newer actors that just doesn't stand and deliver what we wanted.
I think the newer actors can, but the thing is they're getting specific actors that they can control. They're getting specific directors that they can control.
right. Blame the
like I said,
directors. I have to say that.
It's not like Iron Man. Iron Man was when Marvel was Marvel. Now it's Marvel under Disney.
Yeah,
you know?
that's true too. I give you
So,
that. Yeah, but also blame Disney too with all these. I'm sorry, me personally, Marvel messed up when they doing all these Disney shows. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Like I'm
That's
a
the thing,
fan
too.
of like
that was another problem.
I'm a
There
fan
were
of
lot
like
mess
X-Men
ups with
97
this.
and all that. I'm a fan of what was Scarlet Witch show?
WandaVision.
WandaVision. I love that. But after a while, I said, you're okay, it's tanking. I saw WandaVision was setting a high standard for me personally. Like, okay, I can see what they're going. And then after a while, I was like, this is just feeling dragged out because you guys clearly don't have the budget to start making movies or don't know where you want to go with the movie. So you're just doing TV shows. And that's what made Marvel a dying product to me personally, with plot wise and concept wise. It's great that we're finally getting Falcon and everything. And I know we got Falcon and Bucky and all of that show. But me personally, I just feel like Marvel shows was already dying with recast with actors that was already being reused. It was already slowly dying. So I don't see any difference of RDJ being Doctor Doom and how he can't deliver. I think it's going to be great. And I think it's a great way of being like, oh, you're a villain now? Okay, word, say less. But I kind of want to see it. That's the risk factor of kind of seeing like RDJ being from a hero to a villain. And that's why I'm super excited about it. Super excited about it. Like I've never been so excited to go see a villain because I hate villains, unless you're Lex Luthor. But I've never been so excited to see like a villain, and I'm excited to see Doom.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, we
how
could get
it's-
Chris Evans to be Magneto. Anyway, we were talking about it.
That would be. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say it. That would be terrible casting.
No, I just
for
want to see him as Magneto.
I think that would just get corny at a certain point. It's like, oh, now here's Chris Evans back as Magneto, and here's Black Widow back playing the Phoenix, Dark Phoenix.
Don't.
And then
No.
here's
Dang it, what I would
here's
never.
Chris Hemsworth playing.
Oh, we can't do that
playing-
though.
Playing.
You can't do that because he's still active as Thor. So you couldn't even have that happen unless he dies in one of a new movie. So gotta take him off the roster.
Chris Hemsworth. in
You
the
just
movie.
gotta take him.
Here's fucking Jeremy Renner back as.
He didn't die either. It's still active.
No, but he's retired, so he's not the character anymore.
Fair, but
because Kate Bishop's now Hawkeye.
she's already part of another team at that point.
They're not doing fucking Young Avengers.
I mean, I don't want them. You act like I'm a fan of it.
The Young Avengers are gonna be in Avengers Doomsday. They're just all gonna be in there.
That's stupid.
You know, that's
so stupid if they do it like that. I mean, I don't want it anyway.
They're bringing every character. You know how Avengers goes. They bring every character in there. They don't just leave it at only this team anymore. It's literally every character they got.
But then my thing is, at that point, like, then don't touch it. Like with Young Avengers, I don't like a Young Avengers. I'll be the first one to tell you, but just don't touch it. Like, don't force characters in there if they're not the focus point. First of all, set up your team Avengers first before you set up a Younger Avenger, a subplot Avengers when you are doing the new Avengers. Set up your team first.
I actually remember back when it was like the last time they announced a bunch of shit at SDCC a few years ago, and they had a whole like trademarks leak. And there was plans for something called Avengers Academy, which all this is probably changed by now.
That was technically a mobile video game too, like back in the day, like back in like 2014, 2015.
Was it about Young Avengers? Because that's what I assumed was going to be.
No, it was just like a younger version of Avengers, like a teen Iron Man and a teen Captain America.
Well,
it was just young. A game, but yeah, it was just like a young game.
They're all still young though, so yeah. I had a feeling that was probably going to be the Young Avengers movie or show. Yeah. But, now we're here. We still haven't seen it. No announcements of it. No one's excited for it. So it might have gotten scrapped or, I don't know, delayed. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, just since we were talking about it, just reminded me of that.
Word.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see how RDJ is gonna go. I don't know. I like seeing new faces, new actors. When you have someone who like already just happened to be like Chris Hemsworth, or not Chris Hemsworth, the one who played Captain America, Chris
Evans.
Yeah, Chris Evans. Like when it was Human Torch and Captain America, like they were everything was so much smaller at the time. Now it's RDJ.
No one had that same energy with Cable and Thanos, and we all did not complain.
But again, that was different. It wasn't like it was RDJ. It wasn't like it was the face of the universe. But like RDJ went from one face of the universe to the other face of the same universe. Thanos was one face of a universe to them being Cable, who's not the face of the X-Men universe at all, just a side character. And a completely different universe.
Tell me, how is that not different? Like you already just said about Chris Evans being Johnny Storm, and
that's completely different.
But how though?
Because that's also that's him being the face of one universe and then the side character of a whole different universe.
Right, but we also don't know yet the storyline of how Doctor Doom is and what universe he's in and where he's coming from. You get what I'm saying? Like, we don't know.
No, I know. The way they could write it, I'm saying it can be good. But no matter how they're going to write it, even if it's good, it's still, at the end of the day, just the safe option for Marvel.
I think for the first time...
It's a guarantee.
I think for the first time, we're just going to have to agree to disagree.
This is not our first time.
This is going to have to be an agree or disagree. On a podcast live here, we're going to have to agree to disagree.
Is this really? I feel like we disagreed in the other videos.
Yeah, but like this is one of those first ones where I feel strongly like stalemate. Like we both are not changing our minds about this.
Bro, I mean, I was ready for an Avengers movie without RDJ's face on it. And they found out a way to put him back on it. Not just on the poster, but as the main character on the poster.
Yeah, he's the villain.
That wasn't done on purpose.
That was done on purpose, and that's why I like that.
They did that so they could get asses in the theater. And then they got the Russo brothers because they were like, and they'll write it good.
I get what you're saying with the. Well, yeah, they will. But exactly. I get what you're saying about because it's RDJ. But I just feel like as an actor, this is me speaking as an actor, not a comic book fan. As an actor, I love seeing him already playing Iron Man, and I was never a fan of it. Him now going to be a villain. And I'm super excited to see that.
Then just make him evil Iron Man.
No, I don't want to see an evil Iron Man.
Because now it just doesn't make sense that he's a completely different character. I just think it's like weird.
Zach, you're just gonna have to use your imagination, my love.
Hollywood only knows the same 4 actors.
You're just gonna have to use your imaginations, my love. I don't know. This goes back to like people can't. This goes back to people can't see a black actress just playing an alien as a cartoon character. This is literally how I feel. Like
it's different.
I feel
that'd be like.
But I'm saying this is what I'm saying as a general. This is what I'm saying. Not with race, not with anything, but just as a general. I feel like fans can't see things as just that's a character. I don't care about the actor. That's the character. And I feel like we go so hard to not realize that we know in our heads that this is the character, but you just like, I want them to look like this and I need them to be that. I don't want, and I'm like, but it's just the character.
I didn't say I need them to look or be a certain way. I'm also a filmmaker,
Right.
I work in film productions, and from a film production standpoint, it's like, you didn't need to get the same actor for that. When you look at it from a story perspective.
But I don't see it as cheap, though.
From a story perspective,
yeah,
it's not necessary. It's the same with the TVA and Deadpool.
It's not necessary, but I think it's for me. I think it's niche. Yeah, it's marketing. That's great.
Okay, so then
but I'm excited.
That's where I'm saying that it's safe and a guarantee.
But I'm
you're agreeing with me now that it's safe because that's what I'm saying. It's a marketing thing.
I'm saying I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you saying if that's what you're calling it safe, then sure. I call it niche because I like how that is. I like how we just twisted. No one thought RDJ was coming back. I thought that was niche about that. Like, oh, you are back and you playing Doom. That's my first instinct. I wasn't thinking, oh yeah, that's a safe choice. That never came in my head. Ever. When I first saw RDJ come back as Dr. Doom, my first initial thought was, that is so genius that y'all making a superhero turned villain. I love that. That's how I seen it. I seen it as all you children out there used to root for this guy and used to want this guy to win. Now he's your bad guy. Now you have to go the opposite route. That's the first thought I had.
That's all compromised by the fact that he's not the same character. So you're saying to look at it as just the character. I'm not going to look at him as Iron Man. I'm not going to think like, all right, well, I want him to win or whatever because he was Iron Man. No, he's just someone else.
Yeah, he's someone else.
If he's an evil Iron Man, a variant or something, I'd be like, all right, I can find pieces of him that
they
were
might do
in
that,
the other
but
Tony Stark. But this is he's just Dr. Doom. He's Victor Von Doom. He's not Iron Man. It's like, I'm just going to look at you like a totally different character that any other actor that could have given a fresh new take on this. Instead, I'm just getting the same vibes.
I can see that, but I'm actually pretty excited to see him doing it. I stand on it. I'm sorry, I stand on RDJ doing it.
I'm tired of the same thing over and over.
You wasn't getting anything, to be quite honest.
We're getting the
from
same
Captain
thing.
Marvel movies. You wasn't getting anything. You wasn't getting anything with the Doctor Strange movies. We wasn't getting anything.
I like Doctor Strange. I like Doctor Strange. I got a lot from Doctor Strange.
But you didn't.
Marvel's been using the same template over and over and over.
I get that,
so
but if it's not broke, why do we need to fix anything?
It is broke.
It's not broke.
Marvel's completely broken.
I disagree with that.
Would you like to hear some comments?
Oh,
Do we got comments?
We got a comment.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing up there, but I'm seeing it here.
Yeah, what are these?
Sure, yeah.
So Chaos Savagery says Starbomb. Melissa Morales, I'm curious on how they are going to write it. Tony Stark's face as Dr. Doom. I see it as very confusing, especially for the younger fans.
Yeah, that's the point. I think that's why they want them to see your heroes turn villains.
Or maybe that's the point because they want your ass in the theater.
We just gonna have to disagree with that. I mean, I'm sure. Like everyone knows it's RDJ, so yeah, of course you want to see RDJ once. But I feel like this is what me and you are saying at the same time, though, because you're right. They're gonna want RDJ to put people in theaters, but also you're gonna want to be confused enough to be like, well, why are you Dr. Doom? And you're gonna want to be interested enough to know like why is he doing that?
So then he's a variant of Tony Stark. Where he should have just been.
Yo, you just love variants. Okay.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If that's the whole thing, if they're going for that symbolism thing, like your hero's now the villain, it'd be compromised if he's not even the same, if he's not even a variant of that character. Because then I wouldn't be able to relate the two of them. So I just.
But I'm not. You shouldn't want to relate the two of them. You should want to disassociate that there's two different completely characters. It's just one actor playing two characters.
Then, like I said, that whole symbolism thing is completely compromised by that.
I guess that's only because I feel like that's because you're trying to depict it when you don't need to. You don't. I feel like we're overthinking it versus just seeing it. I feel like if we see it, we'll be like, oh wow, okay, word.
I'm looking and analyzing the story, and as a story,
you don't know the story though yet.
I'm seeing it from a story perspective.
Right.
if they're gonna say he's an Iron Man variant, then I think it's stupid that he's just Doom.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're saying he's not an Iron Man variant, but are trying to make some symbolism, like, oh, Iron Man was good.
That's
last time,
my
now
thought
he's
about
bad,
it. Yeah.
Then, but if that's what they're doing, then I think that's stupid. Because
I feel like y'all would have hated. I felt like y'all would have hated it anyway if it was a different Doctor Doom. To be quite honest.
If it was someone else's face, I would have been ready. I would have been ready.
Y'all would have been ready, but then y'all would have been like, it tanked.
No, because that's exactly what it was when Iron Man first came out.
I feel like y'all would have been like, it tanked.
People hated it, and what happened when the movie came out? Then they loved it. So they would have announced this Doctor Doom. People would have hated it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would have probably been the only one advocating for it, or maybe you too. And then
I was not an Iron Man single movie guy.
No, I'm saying if they announced Doom with a different actor,
Me personally, I would have watched it regardless. I would have watched it regardless, but yeah,
it was the same with Batman. Everyone hated Robert Pattinson. The movie comes out, everyone
loved it. But that's how
everyone loves
feels
this.
the same
the
way.
The movie is gonna come out, and they might say that the writing sucks. They might say the quality sucks. They might say RDJ's the only good thing about the movie.
But you could flip the coin on that. But you could flip the
performance.
coin on that with RDJ. If the writing sucks, or if the writing don't suck, they're gonna say it sucked regardless, or it was good. You could flip the coin on that.
If it's good, they'll say it's good.
But you could flip the coin on that is what I'm saying. That can go 50-50. That can go both ways. You took a risk with Iron Man. It was great how everyone felt about it. But we're taking a risk with Doctor Doom. And if he does great, now if the writing sucks, the writing sucks. That's on the Russo brothers.
I'm just talking all.
But also let's
statistics
be real. Has the Russo brothers ever made anything bad?
Yeah.
Which one?
They've had flops.
Which one was the flop?
They've not had success since Endgame. I believe their movie Cherry did not do so well. Literally, any one of their movies that they made since Endgame, they have not had any success.
Okay, well,
that's why they came back to Marvel.
I feel like they know.
Think about that too.
Oh,
RDJ's success since Endgame was Oppenheimer last year, and I don't think really much else. Marvel has not found much success, and Russo brothers have not found much success outside of Marvel. All three of them
they work
need
together
each
well.
other. Exactly, it's a safe option.
But that's not safe, though.
That is safe, bro. That's
that
literally
is not
safe. That's business.
I feel like that's beauty. I feel like that's
it's
beauty. I feel like that's how magic happens.
They didn't plan
and we
that,
have
magic. They never sat there and were
but
like,
then that could be a
in
happy
10 years from now,
accident, though.
Iron Man's gonna.
But that could be a happy accident. If they didn't, if you saying that they didn't plan that, then that could be a happy accident though. Like that worked out. Okay, RDJ, if you don't have any good movies coming out, and we're not making any good movies coming out, but we could do Doctor Doom really well, and we trust you to be our actor to do it, versus you guys hiring a new actor and you guys still not giving that actor a chance.
As a filmmaker, though, that's not good motivation for a film. That's still not like, oh, like we're failing in everything else. Now we need to make another Rocky movie. Oh, we're failing. We need another Terminator.
No one's saying that.
Now we need.
But you're not making another Iron Man movie. We don't know that for sure.
Dad, pull up that Avengers Secret Wars poster, the logo. Pull that up. It's the
next one.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I
look at the color of this logo.
Okay.
Tell me now, when you look at all the Avengers logos, right? Mm-hmm. The first one is gray for the Chitauri, right? The second one is red and gray for Ultron. Mm-hmm. The third one is golden for the Infinity Gauntlet.
Okay.
The third one is purple for Thanos.
Okay.
Endgame is purple for Thanos.
Mm-hmm.
Doomsday is green.
For Doom.
Doctor Doom. Secret Wars, that's fucking red and golden. What do you think that means?
Not Iron Man.
That's Iron Man.
That's not. We don't know for sure.
Fucking Iron Man.
Oh, what if? Oh,
that is 100%
hear me out.
Iron Man.
Wait.
Those
are
Iron Man's colors.
What if we get?
That is going to be an Iron Man.
But what if we get Beyonders though? I mean Beyonder.
We will get Beyonder at some point, but those aren't Beyonder's colors, so they're not hinting at Beyonder.
What's technically Beyonder colors? White.
Yeah, gray, silver. Yeah. It's not going to be this. This is Iron Man.
First of all,
this is
Iron Man. You know how many times that we get an updated roster, a logo, and then they constantly change it? Let's talk about it.
Because last time it was blue for Kang.
But what if that's going to be changed? That's not going to be forever. And we can shake it right here on 7/30/2024.
We'll clip this.
Yeah, clip this.
Future me.
I can't wait.
This will be real.
I can't wait.
We'll
and then Zach's going to be like, James, I know it's 4:30 in the morning.
No. I'll be like,
and I know it's
hey,
I know it's 2026,
hey, James,
but it's not the same.
It's 4:30 in the morning.
You are correct.
I just wanted you to know that you're
and
wrong.
I'm like, Zach, I just
You're
turned
wrong,
29.
James.
What are you
Iron
talking
Man's
about?
back. I just got out of seeing Avengers Secret Wars in 2027.
Oh, we're going together.
Iron Man's
we're
back.
going together.
Okay, then this will be an argument in person. I'll be
Yeah.
getting up all in your face. I'll be like, yo, James, we just got out of this theater. I told you, bro. I told you. Iron Man. And he's not the Beyonder.
I love delusions. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But we should move on because we gonna argue this all day.
Delusions.
Even though
delusions,
some people are wrong.
Yeah, we got 20 minutes left.
Yeah, how many minutes?
20.
Oh yeah, we got
a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
All right, Dad. Fantastic Four. Can you get that logo up?
Oh God.
Right there.
A movie I'm not.
Yeah. So, Fantastic Four. First steps. You said you're not.
I'm not excited for this. You know what? I'm being petty. I'm just mad that we got an ugly Johnny Storm. Every Johnny Storm we got in a live action was hot, and then we got this.
He's good looking. What are you saying?
Get him out of here. No.
Bro, and I'm not even into men. Oh my God.
And that makes sense.
I guess.
That makes sense.
You got me down.
That makes sense.
You got me down.
I don't know. But besides that, I thought it was a cute concept. I see what they're doing here, so I'm not judging that. I think it's a cute concept. I don't know. It just didn't move me. Like it didn't I don't know.
I don't know. See, I don't know why we're disagreeing so much today. Cause I'm kind of down for the idea of like this is a new universe where nothing's established.
Right.
You know, it's
which I respect that. I don't take that away. I respect
Yeah,
that idea. I just don't care. I don't know. I just don't care for the style and the theme, if that makes sense.
which I can understand. Like maybe it's not a style for everyone.
Yeah.
But something that the reason why I guess I'm mostly comfortable with it is because I know this is probably going to be the only FF movie in this style. Because they won't have time for a sequel before Secret Wars, and by the time Secret Wars is done, all the universes are probably coming together as one.
Right.
So they'll probably just be in the MCU after that.
Yeah.
You know, but I like the idea how it's all kind of like a breath of fresh air. I like the vibes that it's like. I'm a big sci-fi space sort of guy, so I think they're trying to give like 60s space race.
That's what I like.
Yeah,
Jetsons
like space
kind of
race. Yeah, Jetsons.
That's what I got from that.
Yeah, like I don't know, like maybe the Fantastic Four was like an experiment to try and beat the Russians or something, and something I don't know. You know, so I'm into it. It's kind of up my alley.
I'll wait. I'm not gonna judge it yet until I watch it. You know what I'm saying? Because what if I change my mind and be like, oh, okay, it was good, but from what I got from the trailer, I was like, I don't know. They lost me with the art style. They already lost me.
Since we are talking about the trailer too, so Papa, I have a. Sorry, I don't know why I said it. There's a clip I sent you from that trailer. A little.
A video?
No, not a video. I meant just like a still.
Oh, the
You
eyes.
can find Galactus.
You'll see him looking out the
Yeah.
window.
Where I can't see it on there.
I think
It's some dude looking through a window, like
Yeah.
a giant person looking through a window.
I don't
should have sent you.
think I got that one.
You didn't send your dad the.
Oh, I know
His
I sent him
eyes?
it. I'm telling you, it's there. Okay, well, I'll just talk about it unless we find it. So yeah, there's a Galactus in the trailer. So it was a leaked trailer that was shown at Comic-Con, SDCC. And it was a concept trailer, so I don't think it was real footage because they actually do start filming. They started today, which we could talk about that if you can't find Galactus. So there's two other pictures I sent you. Yeah, that one. And then, yeah, if you want to cycle through this one and that one there. Okay. So what you see right now, this is the Baxter building of the Fantastic Four First Steps universe. James here, let me get the picture up so you could see it.
I seen it.
You seen it?
It's
Okay.
on our Let 'Em Cook Instagram, guys.
Yes.
You can follow and look at it there too.
We posted about it earlier today. So yeah, they're building the set of the Baxter building. It looks like it's supposed to be like the same place where the Avengers Tower is in the MCU, but in the Fantastic Four universe. And I'm actually glad about that because one thing is that we'll talk about Thunderbolts more in a second, but when they talked about Thunderbolts at Comic-Con, I believe they showed a trailer for that too.
Oh, now that I'm looking for it. You didn't send me that. I want to see that if you get a chance. If you can.
I didn't see that trailer yet, but I'll look for it.
Yeah, let me know. I'm actually curious about the Thunderbolts.
But that trailer I heard was hinting that Valentina was the one who bought the Avengers Tower in the MCU.
Right.
Which to me, that kind of felt like a letdown. But if the if the Baxter Building is where Avengers Tower is in their universe here, then it might mean that after Secret Wars, that the Avengers Tower will be the Baxter Building. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Also, you also see the Excelsior launch pad. That's a Stan Lee reference.
Yeah, Excelsior.
Yeah, they're referencing Stan Lee. I like that. Which is
You're such a nerd.
I'm such a nerd. I'm just one of those things that just make my nerd heart happy. Oh yeah, there's also the Fantastic car. Dad, I didn't send you a picture of the Fantastic car. But I don't know if you saw, but the Fantastic Four's car, they presented that at Comic-Con.
Yeah, it's like the Jetsons kind of blue kind of a car. Like it flies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was cool how they had that in there. Felt classic. All right, anyway, so let's move on. So as for Captain America, Giancarlo Esposito. Dad, you should have those pictures, right? Yes. And then the other one right next to him is the character he's playing. So it has been confirmed also on our Instagram that he is now, we were wrong. Remember we were talking about last time that he's not playing George Washington Bridge. He's actually playing a character called Sidewinder, who is the leader of the Serpent Society.
Woo!
I knew you'd be happy about that. Because James loves the Serpent Society.
Yeah, you guys don't understand. Like they're Zach actually told me about the Serpent Society.
I did. I put him onto it.
And then honestly, I love the idea of how corrupt they are. So I was like, oh, because I'm writing my own fan fiction, so I use them for my own villain. So it was kind of I root for them. I secretly root for them. But yeah,
I feel like they're underrated villains because most people are kind of not really too heavy on them.
It's a lot of them, by the way. Like it's like 23 in a group. Well, depending on the variations of who at the time was leading, but it's 23 of them in a group.
And their whole thing is like trying to or at least they say that they're fighting back against like a corruption thing or something.
Yeah,
right?
even though they're the corruption, or they'll be the secret corruption, like hiding as humans.
Why does it kind of remind me of like Null Bulge or Lizard League or something, or the hacker groups? Just reminded me.
First of all, I'm not going to say their name on here because they're not about to hack PlayStation again. We're not doing that again. So I'm not going to give their name any light. Although I did meet one of the hackers in real life, and I'm not saying their names.
You didn't even have to go that far.
Live by the sword, sworn by the sword. I'm not saying their names, but yeah, I know what you're trying to the hacker society of the gaming world. Yeah, I know.
I was thinking a joke about Null Bulge from hacking things recently. Yeah, so. Yeah, I find it cool that we know who's playing now and that the Serpent Society are still involved in the events going on in that movie. Yeah, he was brought on after they rewrote the script and started reshooting the movie. So he wasn't in the original version, but yeah, I guess now he is. Like I've been saying for the past few weeks, I'm just curious to see how they're blending all the villains together because you have him, you have the leader, and you have Red Hulk. Just a lot. It's a lot. And you have Thunderbolts set up. And then speaking of Thunderbolts, since you're excited for that.
I don't know if I'm excited. We talked about this though. We want to see how they're going to do the Thunderbolts since we have the comical back knowledge of how they're created. So I want to see how they're going to do it here. I'm curious.
So at Comic-Con, Dad, you know which ones I'm asking you to
throw
up?
I actually just recently found a picture of someone playing Songbird. I saw her name was Vanessa. Yeah, she's playing Songbird. I just saw a picture of her. It was like literally
You sure it wasn't fake? Because she wasn't announced as part of the.
Nah, I saw her.
Cast.
It says Songbird. So.
Really?
So yeah, her name. She was like some Indian looking girl. Her name was Vanessa. Yeah.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
But anyway, over at Comic-Con, so I found 2 pictures of it that try to show his full costume. So David Harbour showed up to Comic-Con in his new costume for the Red Guardian. Mm-hmm. Have you seen that yet?
Mm-mm.
Here, I'll show you it. So, he's got an updated one from the one in Black Widow. I
see it.
I guess they felt people would enjoy seeing a new costume or something.
Yeah. He also looked like a DC hero in this.
I guess.
Like Red Commander or something. Or Red Comet.
Yeah. I could see it. But Yeah, in my opinion, it's just it's a bit of a downgrade.
I mean,
I think it looks
I don't
as
hate
cool.
the suit. I want to see it in action before I judge it. You know, I don't feel like this picture is giving it justice
That's
for
fair.
him. For like, you know, so I'll give it a chance.
That's
So
fair.
he's supposed to be represented in the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, he's one of the Thunderbolts characters.
Okay.
See, now the confirmed cast for it, because they never said Songbird, but they said it's Red Guardian. They said it's Yelena. It's Bucky.
Of course.
Taskmaster.
Okay.
Ghost.
Ghost who?
Ghost. Like you know, Ghost. Remember we were watching Avengers Assemble and there was Ghost. That white.
Oh.
The person dressed in all white.
Right.
And the only ghost in the MCU is the one from Ant-Man that was a girl.
Yeah.
They like switch her gender.
Yeah.
So
That's why I was like, who's Ghost? And I was like, okay.
yeah. So it's all of those characters. I know Valentina's involved too, and it's probably going to be Red Hulk as well.
You
And
sure you
then
didn't
Sentry
you didn't see the
or Sentry or yeah, I think Sentry. But yeah, I never heard anything about Songbird.
anyone who knows me know I am not happy what they're doing with my boy Sentry. Not happy. Not happy whatsoever with what they do. Why couldn't we do Hyperion?
It might be Hyperion.
It should
It's
be
either
Hyperion.
Sentry or Hyperion. It's
It
one of
needs
the
to be.
two.
If
That's the other
they
one I was
mess
trying
up
to think
Sentry,
of.
I'm gonna be so heated because Hyperion Man was right there. Like I'm sorry. Like that's gonna be annoying. That's gonna be my flaw for them. That's gonna be annoying. I'm sorry.
You know, if they said that RDJ was Hyperion.
Oh yeah, get Chico.
See, because that would actually make
No sense.
It kind of
RDJ
would
is
make
not
sense.
RDJ is not athletic. Like Hyperion Man has to be super. Like Henry
So
Cavill.
what? It's
Henry Cavill
CGI.
could have
It's
been.
all CGI.
No.
Anyway, you want
No.
to talk about some DC? DC SDCC?
I love supporting.
So we got a new logo.
Oh, I don't love supporting that. I did not like their logo. I said, "What in the Make America?"
Have you seen the? Oh,
I seen the
so
new
you didn't
logo.
like it?
Yeah, it just looks so like I don't know.
I mean, part of the logo is
I
kind
feel
of what
like-
we've already had and just tilted,
Yeah,
and then it's just the word studios.
yeah. Like I feel like what
It's
did they?
literally it's Marvel's logo, but DCified. You know, they just.
I
they
don't see.
said
I don't see that, but I just see like I
Like
don't.
what I mean is that like they saw that Marvel calls themselves Marvel Studios for their movies.
Yeah.
And they decided to name themselves that, and then give themselves a similar look where it's like got the blue backgrounds and then the typical DC logo and then the word
I
studios.
feel like if I seen something called DC Studios, it looks like the PG like washer machines. Like it looks like a washing machine store logo. Like I could just go buy a dishwasher. Like I don't see superhero movie. I don't get that from this. Like that doesn't give me that. No disrespect. I just feel like they could have did. Yeah, turn me around, please, because this just looks crazy. Like this, I feel like I'm in a dishwasher. Like,
Oh wait, we're back to normal already.
but no. Yeah. I mean, you know, good for them. I guess it wasn't necessary. It just wasn't. Like, give me
Yeah.
just something simple. Also, why
I-
did your DC look like a Captain America shield? You know, like why?
funny.
Why? Like,
Also, I honestly I never saw the problem just calling themselves Detective Studios, Detective Comics or whatever. I don't see why they always got to keep that DC in there, because they call it DC Comics. And it's like that's Detective Comics. Like,
yeah,
hello guys,
redundant.
hello DC. Like anybody home?
I'll just make sure when I open up my
No.
comic book company, Royal Comics, 2044. Yeah, don't worry, it'll be there soon.
should call it RC Comics.
No,
Okay.
I want the whole Royal. I don't want RC.
I know. I'm just pointing out how
RC
stupid.
sound like PC Richard and Son. No, I don't want that.
See now, imagine if like I remember what I was gonna say.
Well,
Never
I
mind.
do think the next segment we should talk about is a certain individuals with a certain idea.
I was gonna go through all of DC's SDCC thing and then get to.
Okay.
Oh wait, actually.
Yeah.
We spent too long talking about Marvel.
Uh-huh.
Okay, there's a fan film coming out. Hi, camera. There's a fan film coming out for Batman. It is a Batman horror movie. It is no, not that one, Dad. That's No, I sent you the poster for it. Go with that one. So, not this one. This is it. It's called Gotham Noir. So, it's a horror movie, and it looks actually. They have a teaser out. There's a whole YouTube and social media.
The casting looked great, by the way. When they showed the casting, I was like, oh, this looks like a real you would have thought this was actually DC. The casting looks really good.
Yeah, I like the casting.
I like the casting.
One of the directors is also one of the actors. She's playing Catwoman. So I thought that was cool.
That's
it's
cool.
co-directed. I think they're a couple. The girl and the guy directing it. Yeah, and the film seems to be mostly focused on, or more or less focused on Pig. You know the DC character Pig?
I know Pig, yeah.
Yeah, I think sometimes he goes by Professor Pig, but it
I only
switches.
know him as Pig.
Sometimes he's Pig, sometimes he's Professor Pig.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite. Oh, I think Dad's watching it right now.
I am.
Pig is one of my favorite Batman villains, and he leans into that scarier side of Batman, where it's like the serial killer, the gothic, the darker, the horror side of Batman, which I'm a sucker for gothic horror type shit.
I am not, but
And
I still want to say congratulations to you guys for making this fan-made film, and I want everyone out there who is watching this to support and donate. We're gonna clip a link. And
they got an Indiegogo campaign.
And it's super dope to see two guys passionate like me and Zach with like things like this, and we want to support you guys and hope this project goes well. So if you guys are watching this, and if you can donate anything and follow their page and be on the lookout, they're working really hard. Like they're even doing some of their own stunts. And I don't know, I was just like really touched and motivated like seeing their interview and seeing them like work really hard. Yeah,
me too. When I watched that video they posted like 3 or 4 weeks ago, just about like just saying like what is Gotham Noir.
Yeah,
and they just seem like very relatable and just down to earth people.
Just
looking to make something passionate.
And it looks really good.
It does.
Like I may not be into horror, but it looks super good.
Yeah,
I won't lie. So
as the Batman fan that I am, I'm always like, I've spent a lot of time just in my whole life, like back to when I was in high school, just looking at Batman fan films, and I always return to the ones that I always felt like the great ones, and this looks like another one of those great ones. And I'm also, I've said many times, I'm a filmmaker myself. I work on films. I like making movies. I'm aiming to be a screenwriter and director and an actor one day. Or like as my main thing.
Word, if y'all ever want to use me for Static Shock, I'm not gonna say no. Okay, as an actor, I have a degree.
Yeah, he's an actor too.
Okay? Yeah, anyway.
But I like seeing other filmmakers, do their thing and making something passionate and making the dream come true.
It's super
come
dope.
to life.
I'm rooting for them actually.
Yeah, and especially like when they can reach somewhere so far. Like it's like, because I heard about this from the fan base. I saw other people in the fan base posting this. I was like, oh, we gotta repost this.
We should talk about it. As us being Batman fans and seeing Batman other fans, we have to support them in this. Like we have to support you guys, and we're rooting for you guys. So don't let us down, y'all.
Yeah, don't be like others.
Yeah. And Marvel Studios getting hacked. All right, so moving on.
Yeah. Well, we got 1 minute left.
So,
how do we feel about? What did you say?
Oh,
you say Superman?
I was gonna say superhero misconduct, but what do you?
Super misconduct. Oh, sure. You want to go?
I was gonna say that's how we ended, but
I just want to ask quickly.
Yeah, sure.
We could say it very quickly. Like we did X-23. How do you feel about Penguin being a girl?
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either. I
don't care.
I honestly, I don't want an opinion until I see it. I have to see how they do it.
I don't have a problem with it until I see. Yeah.
Yeah. I would show it, but all right, quickly. I had a video, but we don't have time. There was a fire at the Iceberg Lounge exhibit at the SDCC this weekend. Nothing bad. No one was hurt. I think no victims at all. It was just a fire at a neighboring restaurant that spread.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
You didn't give me a video. I would have.
Or not a video. It was a picture.
Yeah,
of the fire. I said video by accident, but.
You want to go 5 minutes over? We'll go 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. There you go. There you guys go. There's a picture. That's a fire. It looks fun. So, James, we've said on the show before that we're fans of the JL Unlimited TV show.
Oh, Justice League Unlimited. Yes, we are.
So,
who universe just got destroyed anyway?
Yep. So now that their universe is destroyed, they announced a new JLU in the form of a comic series. I actually think you might like the idea of this. Because
you have
wait
to
until I
understand,
tell you what they're doing.
I don't hate it. It's just so funny to me. So it's like, okay.
It is fun. I just don't think they knew another name to use, and
Yeah.
it was already a popular show.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So this is, this is continuous story that's been going on this year, which we know as Absolute Power.
Mm-hmm.
And DC also just announced that they're beginning their All In, which is a reboot of their stories.
Right.
So 2 years ago, in 2022,
2 years ago,
2022,
which is 2022.
I think either 2021 or 2022.
Okay.
The JL disbanded and they left the Teen Titans as the primary team in the DC universe. That was only for 2 short years, and then Absolute Power happened, and now the JL are coming back, and the team is kind of different. The team is here's the lineup. Okay,
You're making me nervous. Go.
so you have Batman, right? You got
Okay.
Superman, Wonder Woman, Wally West, Flash. This is where it gets interesting. Captain Atom,
Okay, like that.
Star Sapphire instead of Green Lantern.
Okay.
I know, I had the same reaction, right?
I was like, okay.
Black Lightning,
Figured.
Martian Manhunter.
Okay.
That's the team. And the
Oh.
villain lineup is Amanda Waller,
Of course.
Batman of Zur-En-Arrh, and Brainiac Queen.
Queen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They went that
Yeah.
route. Okay.
And it's going to be written by Mark Waid and art by Dan Mora.
Okay.
Dad, can you throw in the pictures now? Because not only... That one, right there.
This one?
Yes. Look at this. Look at this artwork, James. Here, I'll show you my phone so that way you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Look at this artwork. And then there's Darkseid on the cover too. So Darkseid's going to be a factor in this
It
story.
looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool.
It's looking cool. I'm honestly
I
kind
just
of
want to know why
excited
Star
for it.
Sapphire there. Like, out of all the lanterns, like, we couldn't get a blue lantern. We got a pink one. Like, why we couldn't get Kyle? He was busy.
Yeah, no, I do agree. Kyle Rayner.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyle Rayner would have actually been cool. But
Yeah, like, I'm sorry. Y'all don't give him no shine. Y'all gave him that bad
But-
SA, like, storyline, and then y'all just threw him away. That sucked. That sucked. I didn't like that for Kyle.
I do like to see another use of a different type of lantern though. That I
Yeah.
think is pretty cool. And it's something about all this is just looking like this story is gonna slap for me. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm looking really into. It's just I'm feeling really into it. Yeah. So I just wanted to share that news. Also, the Batman universe. Okay, Dad. Now, if you want to throw on that, yeah. So, the Batman movie. There was also a trailer for Penguin that just dropped this past weekend, for SDCC. Which I know you don't care much about Penguin, but I like Penguin. I think it looks good.
I don't hate Penguin. He's not my favorite Batman villain.
Word. Well, I know you don't like villains that much in general,
Yeah.
unless they're a certain Lex Luthor. I called him out. Look at his face. I'll let you explain for
This is
yourself.
our
on that
last
one.
podcast. Thank you so much for tuning.
No, but anyway, well, first let me say about the Penguin. Something interesting is that it takes place a week after the Batman ends, and then it leads right into the Batman 2. So it's all just going to be one continuous thing, which I think is cool.
It's like a
But then-
Sopranos, I feel like.
Yeah, I get that feel. It is like a
It's
Sopranos.
like a Sopranos. Not a bad.
then-
It didn't look bad though.
But then also, they gave the Batman universe an official name, which is kind of
Funky.
It's funky. Yeah,
It's-
that's the word I
it's
used
very
yesterday.
funky.
That's the word I was looking for
It's
just
very
now.
funky.
It is called, for some reason, which it's weird because I also do kind of get Nirvana vibes from it too, which I guess is what they're going for, but it's called the Batman Epic Crime Saga. Like literally the Batman Epic Crime Saga. Like it feels 13.
Batman.
13
So
years
bacon,
old.
egg, and cheese.
Okay.
That's all I got from that. Bacon, egg, and cheese. They was hungry and they was like, yo, let me get a bacon. Wait, Batman Epic. That's what I got from that. That's what I got from that. Because why would you create that? Who asked for that? Who asked for that? No, tell me, Zach. Are these the same fans that asked for RDJ as Dr. Doom? Did they ask for that?
Funny, I don't even remember us asking for that.
No one did. I mean, we got it. But no one did, you know?
Yeah, we got it. It is stupid, I know. Glad you agree. Glad you finally agree on it.
Yes, sure. Anyway,
Are
we going to wrap the show up with one last thing?
should we?
Yeah.
Oh,
Superhero misconduct.
Okay, do it quickly.
So real
Dad,
quick, guys.
throw out that picture of Poison
Ivy.
Yes. Okay.
So real quick, so superhero misconduct is us basically. I can't wait for Dr. Doom with RDJ because he can't wait to point out his flaws. It's us just having a quick conversation with you guys about certain flaws with certain characters. And I had a really good question about Poison Ivy because her concept is that she's a villain, but also she's technically not really a villain because she's all about her plant life and saving plants. But then what makes it weird is, for me, and her flaw is she teams up with villains to go against superheroes, but the same villains be trying to destroy the world, but she's all about plants. So I feel like that's her biggest flaw. Like, is she really a villain? Or I don't get her character. As much as I like her personality, her character flaw is just how do you want to be a villain and work with villains, but these are the same villains that are trying to destroy and take over the universe. I mean, the Earth. So I don't know. I just want to know you guys' opinion about Poison Ivy, and let me know in the comments, and let me know, do you think she's a villain, or do you think she's all for herself and it's just a strategy for her to just protect her babies? Because I don't consider her a villain. She's really not. She doesn't have beef with superheroes or supervillains unless you're Batman, who always stops her.
It is definitely an interesting trait because, yeah, she is all about protecting her plant life, but then, why is she a villain then?
Yeah.
So, yeah, let us know what you guys think because we'll give our official opinions on this next time.
Yeah.
But we want to hear, what you guys think.
And I don't want to hear her. I don't want to hear any comments about her being a lesbian that makes her a villain. Shut up. Anyway.
Yeah, if you consider this, a character flaw, or if there's something that maybe we're just missing about the character that this has actually been explained or something, give us your thoughts on it because we're curious, and it's another thing that we want to talk about here.
Yeah, honestly,
character
I'm
flaws
curious
and
about
how
it.
we can fix them or something.
Yeah,
because we just that's what we like doing. We like talking about our favorite characters, right?
Well,
that's
guys,
why we're all here.
Well, guys, thank you for watching our podcast.
Yes, thank
we
you.
had a great show, and we appreciate you guys watching every week. So, thank you, and go out and vote.